Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Voice of Reason. We're going to talk to you today about something called listening. I know, right? Yeah. So, it takes a lot to know a lot, but when it's not your turn to talk, are you listening? You're listening to what people have to say when it comes time to what they have to say. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, guys, gentlemen, ladies, we have a lot to discuss today, but it's gonna go a little like this. I hope you're all having a great day, and we're just making sure to keep on schedule with a lot of things. We got a lot on the agenda now, don't we? I know we do, so let's get back on topic to this next topic, okay? Now, you tuned in because we're all part of this together now. And the main thing is that we learn. That's the main thing right there. We need to learn a lot about the world that we're in and our place in this world. So I think the first thing we need to do is the people around us, the people that we love, and even the people that we don't understand, we need to listen to what they have to say. Starts with opening your ears, and then opening your eyes and your mind. And last but not least, you need to open your heart. So, have an open heart and open mind, right? Where does it start, right? When you were in school, they told you to listen. So you're in school now and you're here to do just that. So listen, I got something to say. And you tuned into my show. This is the Voice of Reason, okay? We've been talking about a lot of different subjects and discussions going on with where it starts and where it's going. So here we are and here we go. This is a new lesson for you today, and I hope you're able to focus, because focus is the most important thing for you to do, all right? I know I need to do the same, and we all can do better when we just sit down and get a chance to breathe, just breathe. Maybe laugh a little, right? That's kind of funny, but we need to do that, right? And how do we do this? Because if you weren't paying attention the first time, I hope you are now. We have a lot to discuss, and this will go on. This series is about learning, okay? And how do you learn if you don't listen? Just like when you read. When you read, you need to understand what the words mean. And the same thing when someone is speaking, when it's their turn to talk, it's their turn to talk. So listen. Right? And right, and that's for sure. You know that. As the hours pass by and they tell you things and you just in one ear and out the other, right, guys? Come on now. You know better than that. We have conversations with people, with each other, that we need to focus now. We need to focus on what's really important. It's not about jokes all the time, right? You know that. Come on. But we're going to keep it lighthearted. I know we can do that. When we just stay serious, then it won't be so funny no more. But anyway, that's why we're going to add a little humor to these discussions, these conversations, as the time goes on, and try and make a little light of the the fact of what we're talking about. So I hope you're listening. Let's stay focused and move forward here. And that's the only direction is where I said forward. I hope you were paying attention. Anyway, so each lesson, each episode is very important for you to pay attention and focus. I hope you were listening to the first 4 episodes. This is episode 5. And I have other topics to talk about when the time comes. We're going to discuss things like money. Um, I don't know what else really needs to be said except for this planet, and I think the next one should be about the cause, and if you don't know what the cause is, we're going to talk about that next because that's more important than money. I hope you know. Because time is short, right? That's what they say. The hours do not linger. And even if they did, it's like, you ever have a moment in life where everything seems to just slow down, like way slow down, like I think that's what we should do while we're out in the world and we're rushing to do this. And I think it starts a lot, people, with how you get ready. Are you early to be there, and how do you get ready? Are you planning to be early for your life and for your appointments and everything that comes next that you have to do along the journey before the destination, right? You know where you need to be. You know what you need to do. We kept talking about being on track. Let's get back on track. But it starts with you, okay? And it starts with everybody, right? And they have to be ready. Or their plans, the plans that we make for ourselves and for our people that we know. I mean, maybe we should keep our word, and what is the word? I think the main word is love. And what does that mean to you, they ask. And so it means everything, doesn't it now? Oh, it sure does. So we'll be talking about that too, and I believe we discussed that already in the first episode, but we're going to come back to love because that is more important than anything else, right? And the love you give to others, and how do they show that love in return? And it's all about giving, what do you have to bring? And it has nothing to do with material things. And so giving is very important, but you give your time to others and they give their time to you. So I hope you listen to someone other than you, and I hope you listen to them too, especially them when it's their turn to talk. When you're in class, you need to pay attention to the teacher. They're teaching you something for a reason because they want you to learn. So I hope you're learning when you go back to school. I hope you go back to school so you can learn and to listen. You take notes. So if you like, during these episodes, this series that we call The Voice of Reason, sometimes it sounds like this, and sometimes it sounds, it's just whether you're talking sense or not. Am I right? So we're going to do what we can to do just that, because that's exactly what this series is all about. Is about reason. Everything happens for a reason. But I think it has to do with the choices we make. The choices we make are, going to lead us to the future, and we can't get there if we don't focus on the present. And the time that we have is an important gift that we've all been given. It's a blessing. A life that is brought into this world where we need to bless others, okay? Oh boy, I hope you understood that the first time. But anyways, here we are, and there you go. So I would like to keep this going in the right direction, and the only direction is forward. You know that. So anyways, how was your day? When people are asking, you should be honest. A lot of times people are very dishonest, and that's not okay to lie. You know that. And so when they're listening and you lie, come on now. We can see it in your eyes. We can see it in your the way that you move. It's called body language, and the way that you do you look into their eyes when you speak, and do you hold contact, and how do you contact the people that you talk to, and when you're talking, do they listen? And when they're talking, do you listen? Okay, homie? So I think we need to become better versions of ourselves before we do anything else, like returning to doing what we need to do, and it's not all about money, that. It's not about the person that you want to impress, the girl or the guy you like, that, but you like them anyway, right? And you want to impress them. So the best way to do that, I think, is for you to listen to what they have to say. Come on now, right? I mean, if you weren't listening, then you were focusing on what you were going to say next, or how should I respond, and I'm too busy focused on yourself, right? Let's not do that, okay? So guess what? We got started here, and we're gonna go until we can't go anymore, because once I'm done with this series, this is not for anybody else to continue. This is my own. You understand that, I hope you know. But they say, oh, what have you done with your life? Well, when I was your age, I was making things so that people would learn, so that they would listen to the messages, and the messages in my art, that they would enter their minds and their hearts, and change their lives forever, because if you're not changing someone's life for the better, it won't last forever. So like I told you, they're busy doing things that they're rushing off because they're late. And then they get there either on time, and their appearance is a mess because their life is a mess sometimes. And if you don't want to be like this, then you need to, fix the things where you need improvement. I think we can all improve on ourselves, and let's not interrupt each other when it's someone else's turn to talk, okay? And you know this, like, I shouldn't have to tell you any of this, right? And we know, don't we, gentlemen, that, and ladies, that we can be gentlemen and ladies, okay? And the world is beautiful. You know that. Come on now. It's a beautiful world that we're all a part of, but you want to keep it that way, then we need to clean up the space around us, and especially in your minds, okay? Right, bro? So, come on now, girl. So remember when I tell you that this has a lot to do with you, and the way that you learn from people. I mean, I learn what not to do from other people. I'm sure they learn that from others as well, and they say, oh, I don't want to do that, and I don't want to do that either, and like, they were doing all kinds of stuff that I would never do, and I don't want to. So just remember that you want to do better in life, and I know you can. I know you got this, right? So there's no question about it. Just do better, and the main thing to learn here is to listen, okay? And you'll be all right, and we'll make a better episode next time. So I hope you listen to each episode in this series and that you learn. Have a nice day.